like being around intellectual people who want to make a difference.
Selling the City star, Eleonora Srugo, is setting the record straight on rumors she's dating Mayor Eric Adams.
I got to 40, hit my midlife crisis real hard.
Plus, we're catching up with Queer Eye star Tan France. And exclusive details about Donald Trump Jr. and Bettina Anderson's new relationship. We're breaking down the biggest celebrity moments you won't want to miss on this week's Page 6 Fix. Let's start with what's trending on Page 6. Audrey Hepburn's son chimed in on Ivanka Trump's recent tribute to his mother. Sean Hepburn Ferrer wasn't surprised when the first daughter wore a recreation of Audrey's look from the film Sabrina to her father's inaugural ball. He told the Daily Mail, "It is no wonder that growing up in a family which knew our mother as a household name, she chose to draw inspiration from her, to seek the ultimate elegance and class reference for an occasion such as this one, the inauguration and the 32nd anniversary of our mother's passing, and most of all, Martin Luther King Jr. Day." Meghan Markle's former staffers for her now-defunct Spotify podcast Archetypes reportedly had a scathing nickname for the Duchess of Sussex. UK royal correspondent Neil Sean claimed to Fox News on Thursday that disgruntled employees secretly named Meghan after Joan Crawford's diva-like character Eva Phillips in the 1955 movie Queen Bee. Sean alleged that co-workers called her Eva as a warning signal to let people know that she was either arriving or on the warpath. She's definitely popular now. Ariana Grande received her first ever Oscar nomination and privately celebrated with her boyfriend Ethan Slater by her side. Ethan, who co-stars in Wicked with Ari, shared a rare snap of the singer standing on the balcony of their hotel room in London with pink balloons in hand and wrote Oscar nominated Ariana Grande on his Instagram stories. All eyes were on Washington, D.C. during President Donald Trump's inauguration, but it was Donald Trump Jr. and his new girlfriend, Bettina Anderson, who had heads turning. Our editor, Ian Moore, and senior reporter, Mara Siegler, have exclusive details about the pair's whirlwind romance.
We told you that things were getting serious between Donald Trump Jr. and Bettina Anderson, and our predictions are coming true. I'm Ian Moore, the editor of Page 6, here with senior reporter Mara Siegler. And now, Mara, you exclusively told us a month ago, last month, less than a month ago.
Mid-December.
Yeah, about a month ago, that Donald Trump Jr. and Kimberly Guilfoyle, his fiancée of 4 years, were done, and he was now with this Palm Beach socialite, Bettina Anderson. But it seems like things have very quickly, within a month, moved on to the next level.
Yes, so I am being told that they are essentially living together. Now, a source told us that his car is at Bettina's townhouse in Palm Beach, always, all of the time.
Right. Well, he has a home in Jupiter, right? That was
with
Kimberly
Guilfoyle. So now that they've split, I assume it's, I did have another source say he's sort of rich man homeless, where he could go to Mar-a-Lago, but he doesn't have his own space. But anyway.
Right, and maybe Kimberly Guilfoyle, we also reported the same day that pictures had surfaced of Don Jr. and Bettina Anderson holding hands after going out for her 38th birthday, right when we made some calls about it. Suddenly later that day, Kimberly Guilfoyle was named ambassador to Greece. That shows the ripple effect of our Page 6 reporting.
So she will be going to Greece at some point. But I think the other thing that really shows how much Don Jr. and this woman, she's a Palm Beach socialite, Bettina Anderson, are really, he brought her to all of the inaugural events. They were at the candlelight dinner, she was at fireworks with the family, she was at the Turning Points Gala on stage dancing to YMCA, and she was, he's been completely bringing her into the family and showing her off.
Another part of the historic inauguration that appealed to both sides of the style aisle was the fashion. Page 6 style and shopping director Alana Fishman is breaking down some of the best looks from the nation's capital.
On Monday, January 20th, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. But all eyes were on what the women of the new First Family were wearing for the day's events. Let's talk about some of the most notable looks from Inauguration Day. We have to start with Melania Trump, who coordinated with her husband in a navy double-breasted coat and pencil skirt and ivory blouse by New York designer Adam Lippis. She completed the look with a matching hat by American milliner Eric Javits that shielded much of her face. As fashion journalist and historian Nancy McDonald told us, she's unreadable, inscrutable, and she likes it that way. The look said, "I'm flawless and in control," and it showed that she's going to do things her way this time. She won't look back. That was certainly true of her gown for the evening's inaugural ball, designed in collaboration with her longtime stylist Hervé Pierre, who also made her 2017 inauguration gown. The parallels between the two looks are pretty clear. The white silk crepe, the streamlined silhouette, and the eye-catching ribbon work. The French-American Pierre, who's dressed Melania for years, previously served as the creative director of Carolina Herrera and has also designed for Bill Blass, Vera Wang, and Oscar de la Renta. It was clear that Mrs. Trump was gravitating toward a combination of black and white, true to her own style and vision, Pierre shared in a statement Monday night. First daughter Ivanka opted for French fashion house Dior for the inauguration, arriving in a forest green belted skirt suit and matching hat teamed with a Lady Dior bag. And for the ball, she went with Givenchy Haute Couture, a recreation of the black and white floral ball gown Hubert de Givenchy designed for Audrey Hepburn in the 1954 film Sabrina, to be precise. Said a White House rep, Audrey Hepburn has long been a personal inspiration to Ivanka. She views it as a great privilege to honor her legacy in this way and is incredibly grateful to the team at Givenchy for bringing this moment to life.
We'll be right back with more exclusive stories from Page 6. Selling the City star, Eleonora Srugo is a proud New Yorker, but when it comes to rumors she's dating Mayor Eric Adams, she's not buying it. While chatting with our virtual reality hosts Danny Murphy and Evan Reel, Eleonora explained where their relationship really stands.
I love the interview that you said that you are like making New York happen again. And I mean, that is a full-time job for you because you are best friends with our mayor.
I'm not making New York happen again. What I meant was that New York had a little bit of a rough patch, right? New York is the most resilient and incredible place in the world. New York will never be done or over with. Okay, let's clarify. But a lot of New York reality shows were canceled.
Yes.
Right? $1 Million Listing was like postponed indefinitely. The Roni was done for a while, right? Like New York needed a great moment on television, I think. And then also, yeah, like 2020 was not our best year. Yeah. It was really hard to be in the city. People,
and for the businesses too.
Right,
yeah.
People fled. We weren't allowed to work, and working is actually like our identity as New Yorkers. So, friends with the mayor? Yes, I met the mayor way before he was mayor. We're friends. You know, he's a busy man, obviously, way busier than I am. He gives great advice. I don't know. There's really nothing.
Well, it seems that people speculate about the closeness of your friendship, and of course that then implies that maybe it's more than a friendship. And in that recent interview, you were like, it's just friends. How would you describe the dynamic?
That used to like seriously offend me. I was like, is it just because like he's a man and I'm a woman, or he's a man of color and I'm a white? Like, what is it that makes? What is it that just assumes, right? Like, there was one article that said I was in a car with him. I mean, there are hundreds of people that go in cars with him.
I'm dating so many Uber drivers now.
Right, like there are so many people that go in a car with him, right? Like, can't it just be that I'm like smart, we connected over education, which was a real issue. We have a lot of mutual friends. Like, he also is entitled to have a friend when he finishes work at 9:30 p.m. And I like being around intellectual people who like want to make a difference.
Yeah.
You know?
You knew him before.
But I'm not like calling him to talk about like my boy trouble or anything. But like we're friends.
From dispelling rumors to clearing the air, Danny and Evan are getting all the tea, and Queer Eye fashion designer Tan France even confessed why he changed his iconic hairstyle when he chatted with them.
I do love the haircut. It looks really good.
That's very nice.
What inspired this switch up? Because your hair was, and I mean, I think this is a very iconic look, but for so many years and so many seasons, people really, I mean, you and your hair were synonymous.
Yeah. I'm going to say something that I was never going to say, but I'm just going to say it. Because this is the first interview I've done in the new year, and I cut my hair the day before Christmas. I would love to say it's because I just fancied a change. Well, first off, for the last couple of years, I've thought, I might fancy a change. I got to 40, hit my midlife crisis real hard, and I was like, that I might have like 2 or 3 more years of being able to do something experimental before people are like, you're too old to be trying new shit. But really, what sparked it was I did something that I try really hard not to do, which is look at comments about myself after the new season. Because every time a new season comes out, I just want to know that the audience is enjoying the show. And did I do something on that season that they didn't love, and maybe I'll correct it the following season. But with this, I saw so many people hate my hair. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize I hated my hair so much, so maybe I'll just try something whilst I'm still relatively young.
In Hollywood, a long-lasting marriage can be a rare thing. Fortunately, when A-listers split up, our resident love guru Brian Foss is here to play matchmaker to the stars. And he's got some ideas for their new famous flings.
It's not a good time to be named Jessica. Both Jessica Simpson and Jessica Alba announced their marriages are headed for divorce. Jessica Biel, watch your back. We've got less than a month until Valentine's Day, so let's play Cupid for our newly single Jessicas. First up, for Jessica Simpson, it's John Mayer. These two dated back in the 2000s, and then in an infamous Playboy interview in 2010, he said she was like crack cocaine to me. Sexually, it was crazy. That's all I'll say. It was like napalm, sexual napalm. So clearly their chemistry was explosive? This week, Page Six learned that Jess's split from her husband, Eric Johnson, has inspired the pop star to write and record her first album in 15 years. And in her 2020 best-selling memoir, Open Book, she revealed John Mayer was actually a fan of her hit, With You. So maybe these two could make sweet music together, or maybe John's also just got a kink for Swiffers. Next up, for Jessica Alba, it's Matt James. The Bachelor season 25 hunk announced on Instagram that he and Rachel Kirkconnell broke up after 4 years of dating. But fans were quick to question it, seeing as they were just in London chowing down on pizza together. Well, if it is true, the handsome and 10 years younger reality TV stud would be a spicy rebound for Jessica Alba. Amid her separation from husband Cash Warren, an April 2024 episode of Katherine Schwarzenegger's podcast resurfaced, where Alba basically admits her bed had gone cold a long time ago.
It's all rosy for 2.5 years. But then after that, you become roommates.
Well, hopefully 2025 ends up being a better year for all the Jessicas out there. Come to think of it, we should probably check on baby Jessica. She's not still in that well, is she?
For more celebrity news, head over to Page Six and stream more New York Post breakdowns on the Fox Local app.